What's going on, YouTube? How's everybody doing today? It's a Monday. Hopefully everybody survived the weekend. Yeah, give people a few minutes to get in here. I know a lot of them are out there over there watching bingo. And should be getting Randy popping in the chat soon. Maybe Cool Gamer. I don't know who else will be popping in the chat. Sure, I got two people watching. I might be one of them because I know I got my YouTube open. Oh, what a weekend. I've got update as far as, yep, there's Randy. I'm going to say I've got an update. Then I heard back from my orthopedic doctor, and they're talking about trying to get me in on the 10th for surgery. Okay, let me see about getting that done. Right now, the way my hand's been acting for the past few days, hey, there's Robert. It's not been feeling good. I've got to get in there and have her fix it. I want to discuss with her also some things that Chris and I did not talk about when there originally, and basically to find out. See, there's Cool Gamer. If she would have done things different during the surgery, how she would have taken, or what steps she would have taken, maybe to have prevented something like this from happening, which is what the other doctor should have done. I'm also going to see about if there's any way possible. I know she's got to have my finger cut back open. I'm just wondering if there's any way to, get in over on this side and somehow get that tendon that operates the middle finger to see about cutting that away from the scar tissue on the inside. I think it's working left. Or is it going straight down the middle? So if it's going left, that means it's blowing hot. If it's going down the middle, it's just blowing. Oh, so it's doing this number. Yeah. Oh, Randy, what do you think the problem is? Overworking it? Could be low on refrigerant. Usually when they're not wanting to maintain and they're working real hard, that means they're low on refrigerant. Yeah, that might work. But now, like I said, I'm going to see about getting in on April 10th, no, but July 10th to see about going back in for the next surgery. Try to get my hand refixed and everything. See what all that does. Wow. Yeah, that means something definitely is not working correctly on it, Randy. You may also want to check, see if your outside unit, it's a fan on that is working properly. I know for me, when I lived out in the country, I had an outside unit. The fan totally stopped working, and I actually had to go get another one to replace it. That took care of the whole problem. Okay. Well, like I said, you may have to uh, see about getting an AC tech out there to have them check it out. Um, yeah, that's that. But to me, yeah, it kind of sounds like it might be low in refrigerant. All right. Well, at least you're looking into it next. Check your filter. Filter's clogged. It ain't going to do it. Yeah. When was the last time you changed the AC filters? I know on my window unit here, the one I got in the bedroom of the house, those have removable filters that just put them in the sink and flip them over, spray them down with the, the sprayer, and cleans everything. Ah, so the squirrel, you're not feeding a squirrel enough nuts to keep it running fast, huh? Okay, so that would be the problem. Your squirrel's gotten to be too slow in its old age. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, do that. You just ain't feeding them enough, or in fact, you need to get another squirrel in there. Yeah, like I said, what about 3 weeks? Well, you sure it's not acting Donald? Could be Mickey, but and of course, I did have that video put out yesterday talking about the Challenger and everything. Um, did get a chance to talk to Scott from Hills Mopar. Um, he's interested. The only problem is I'm all the way down here in North Texas. He's all the way up in Washington State. So trying to get it from here all the way up there, it's going. Yeah, the shipping, transportation on something like that is not going to be cheap. That might be the other pro. That might be the whole thing with it, Randy. But yeah, like I said, I've had that car for over 20 years, and everything was going to make a dirt track car out of it. But okay, found out how much it was going to cost for a roll cage, and started looking at the rules and everything for the class I was going to run. I'm going, the hell is stock about these stock cars? I was like, those guys are spending $5,000 to $7,000 on an engine. It's not even stock. It's like, Well, that's true. It depends upon uh, how old it is. A lot of them are getting to be a lot better. I'd say within the last 10 years, the way manufacturing on them has gotten done, they've made big improvements. Okay, yeah, it's so we're talking what 41? Wow, 41 years. That's an old hole. That's when they didn't know better. Didn't put enough insulation in them, didn't get sealed up. Um, Metal siding, yeah, that's not good. I know that for me and my first wife, we actually bought one back in 2001, and yeah, I actually had to take all the inside trim around every single window and go in there and caulk it because they didn't have any in there, so it wasn't sealed up. And I forget some of the other things I wound up doing that made improvements on it. It could be Randy. They, like I said, they did not do a lot as far as insulation on the mobile homes. Um, yeah, that metal siding, that's going to be absorbing a lot of heat. Also depends upon what your roof is like. If it's metal or shingle, yeah, because metal definitely going to absorb a lot of heat. Yeah, it's because air and everything outside is definitely a lot cooler. So yeah, I mean, one I got out here in the garage, it does the same thing. At nighttime, if it's cool outside, oh yeah, it gets nice and starts to get nice and cool in here. Then of course I got this all open and not sealed up, so yeah, you don't have the heat and everything being projected on the house like you do during the daytime. Yeah, and yes, I did get another order in from Amazon today. Uh, Had to get a couple more of those kits for mounting the solar panels. Because two of them alone is only going to get me six of them. I got 12 of them going to get mounted. So yeah, no. That means next time I order solar panels for the other array, I have to have four sets of those things. I also had to get some more MC4 connectors because I'm going to have a lot more wiring I got to get strung up. I got to check to see if I've got enough 10 gauge wire to be able to do all that with. Yeah, that thing that the outside air or the outside unit, it should be putting out a lot of hot air because that's where it's getting exchanges, taking the heat and everything away from because you got your condenser, everything that's outside. So what it's doing is that the refrigerant is absorbing all the heat and everything from the inside, and it's raising the temperature up. So it's going outside to go through the condenser to have it go from that hot gas down to a cool liquid. And what it's doing is that fan is going through that condenser. It's blowing, the air and everything across there to get the temperature down, to get it from a hot gas down to a liquid. it's going back inside the house. It's got to hit the expansion valve and everything, which slows it down. No, 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 what, no. This is not bingo. It's like, you keep that up, I'll keep you in the basement. She ended it already.
I made it, everyone.
So like I said, she already in the bingo already?
Yeah.
Damn, she didn't go very long, did she?
No, she wasn't feeling quite right, and plus she wanted to run stuff over to her sister.
Ah, well, I'd advise on something like that. Get in the car and drive over instead of running. Get there faster, even though she might need the exercise.
Yeah.
No, whoop whoop. That's a totally different channel.
Packers.
Yeah, and how bad are they going to do this year?
They beat the Texans though last year.
Yeah, if you looked at the schedule from last year, out of all four teams in the NFC North, we had to play all four. We only beat the Bears. So the Packers, the Vikings, and the Lions we all lost to.
Yeah.
But how far did the Packers go in the playoffs?
I don't even remember.
I don't think they made the playoffs. Let's see. And how far did the Vikings go along with the Lions? Not very far. I think they all went about the same distance the Texans did.
If I remember right, I think the Packers were like one step away, and they lost it.
Yeah.
Come here, Leila.
I know the Lions, they almost wound up going to the Super Bowl, which would have been their very first going to it. I got my doctor responding back right now via text messaging. So how's the boss doing?
Leila's doing okay.
That's good. Oh, I'll move me a few things around over here on my desk.
No, come here. I don't even know how you get this untied.
Oh,
Oh, shoot.
yeah, I was going to say that I should have gone earlier, but the way I've been feeling today, no, didn't do it. So I'm be going to the ER later tonight. Way my hand's been swollen, been running a fever. Because I know last night, not last night, but night before, um, Crystal wound up wiping my back, and she goes, "Ugh, it's all wet." So, and the way my hand's been feeling, I got a feeling with that little bone spur and everything, or whatever you want to call it, that bone chip, the way it's in my finger.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten an infection going in there. So I may have to get put on antibiotics. I don't know.
I'd say go now because it sounds like infection.
Yeah, I know. I've been kind of putting it off because um, the stomach's doing one thing, the sphincter's doing something else, and everything in between is going, hurry, 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 hurry.
Yeah, go now before you lose a finger.
Well, I mean, the only thing is I'm trying to get the surgery scheduled for, like I said, on the 10th.
Yeah.
So,
I lost a toe because they had a really bad foot infection.
yeah.
That was a couple years ago.
I'll get to the ER, Randy.
Of course, with me, I kept putting it off and putting it off because I was dealing with my mom at the time.
Right. I may play this. I may want to end the live early tonight. I don't know. I was thinking, only run say an hour tonight, and then maybe pick up and do the live, tomorrow night, for another hour. That way, I still get my 2 hours.
Yeah, is that better? Are you gonna throw up? Are you gonna throw up, Layla? I know you don't like the heat either.
That's good, Randy. Yeah, that's one thing with AC units. If it's not operating, properly, yeah, it's. But the way it sounds like it's low on refrigerant and it's struggling. So that could be the problem. Well, can't let everything to last forever. Just remember, the older you get, the less replacement parts are for you. Hell, even a 20-year-old is still an old person. Yeah, well, Randy, it's called time, and could have had a gasket or something like that. Uh, give out and develop a leak. So, I mean, I'd have it checked again. Like I said, not unless you haven't fed your squirrel enough.
Here you go.
Now, do you have the floor vents or in ceiling? If you got floor vents, then yeah, that could. Grand Central Terminal, how may we not help you? All right. Yeah, I mean, I'd have someone go underneath there and check them. Because that's all just, regular flexible ductwork. So
I got
give out.
a PCH scammer really ticked off this morning.
How's that?
They thought that they had someone that was just telling them right out that this and that, and then you have your victims get a card while you steal the money from it. They didn't like their secret being revealed or exposed, whatever.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Of course, I've seen so many on YouTube.
Oh, there's a lot, scams out there. I mean, I don't know. I put this. I got an email that I'm, going to be questioning it. Um, and it's the fact that, I use Clipchamp for doing my video editing. And it's, something that comes from Microsoft. Well, now I got an email that says that they're changing their policy as far as how to log in or to connect with Clipchamp. And they're giving a link as far as how to make sure you say I'm going, I don't know about that.
I heard they were changing their policies, but giving a link, I think that's a scam.
That's what I was thinking also. Yeah, because I know years ago, let me see if I can find that.
Yeah, because October 14th, Windows 10 is end of life.
Yeah, it says August 23rd, Clipchamp will no longer support signing in without a connected Microsoft account. So I have to link my personal Microsoft account. So if I don't link it, I'll be unable to access a Clipchamp account.
I wouldn't do it because it could be a scammer trying to get your info.
Yeah. That's why I saw that and go, I don't know. Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking too, Robert. Because Clipchamp's part of Microsoft.
Yeah.
I know that years ago, my mom, she got an email, and I'm glad I was there because she wanted looking at it and everything, and made the phone call. And I'm going, what are you talking about? Who are you talking to? And she goes, this is what it seemed that supposedly she had ordered a 72-inch flat screen TV, and that they were wanting more information from Amazon. I go, Mom, you don't have an Amazon account, do you? She goes, no, it's a scam. Hang up on them. She was about ready to give them information. I said, hang up on them. I said, it's
Yeah,
a scam.
I got an Amazon call last week, and I asked them about how many rupees do you get. Click, they hung up.
Yep. Well, like today, I got a thing in the mail from when I had to go to the hospital from when I cut my hand.
Yeah.
And they were saying, yeah, they showed how much the total bill was, how much I was credited, and this is how much I still owed. But really, I looked on there, they billed the wrong insurance information. So I had to call them up. They spent almost 45 minutes on the phone with them saying, hey, you got the wrong insurance.
Oh.
Yeah. I said, mind you, this was after I already had one surgery done, and I was told at that time, I've already met my deductible just by that first surgery.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple others and everything I need to get with them and say, hey, yeah, here's who you need to contact. You know, here's my insurance information. Go after them, not me. If they want to say, well, you haven't met your deductible. Yes, I have.
Hmm.
Got a quick chill. Uh-oh. Someone's getting an alarm going.
Ah.
Ooh, that's a bad storm system.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice, Randy. So when's the video going to be out? You getting it all put up? Oh, so Luke is no longer going to be your remote control? And I'm hoping that by this weekend, I was going to say, I hope that by this weekend I have all 6 panels put up, or all 12 panels put up for the garage. And I'm changing the location to where I was going to put my little shed and everything for the batteries and everything. I'm actually going to move it closer to where I had my first solar array at. That's where I got the ground rod. So I'm going, perfect, I can use that.
Yeah.
So I wound up, like I said, it's only going to be like a 4 foot by 4 foot. So I mean, it's not going to be all that big. So basically, like I said, on one wall like on this side, I'll have one of the controllers. I'll have the other one sitting right next to it, which means on the sides I'll have all the room for my batteries and all the switches and everything. Um, and then go from there into the garage itself with the power into a breaker box. But that's going to be several months down the line. Right now, the first thing I got to do is get the solar array all set up, and that way I got power going back into the garage for the batteries. So I'm going for 600 watts to 1200 watts total. And it should be right around 30 amps. Be able to go into the controller. Now, this controller I got is supposed to be able to charge batteries at 120 amps. So, yeah, I mean, that other one that I had, that Booge RV one, that one had no problem keeping the batteries charged up. Oh, that was on 6 pounds. Oh, one thing Crystal wound up showing me today, she goes, here's something you need to be able to move stuff around in the yard. It was a battery operated cart that you stood on. I'm going, no. The hell, you always get the that Craftsman mower and everything I've got. See about what's wrong with that engine and everything on it. Use it because I took the mower deck off of it already.
Yeah.
I could use that for pulling a small trailer I've got around. You know what? I'm just curious. I could always pull that gas engine off of there. I'm just curious what they got as far as a 24-volt electric motor. That was not that expensive, but it's also probably not that powerful.
Ouch.
Yeah, a lot of these are not that. Doesn't seem like they're all that powerful enough. I don't know. If I was to get one, I could always, say, get one of these little electric motors and everything, and see, like, now here's one. Let me bring it up. You could always get something like that and take that motor, take that engine and everything off that riding mower and get something like this put on there and get me a couple of either a couple of 12-volt batteries or one 24-volt battery and get it all hooked up. Hey, go, you know, I'd have me an EV riding mower. What's the difference in the two, anyways? Oh, 48 volt. Now, still the same price, but man,
Whoops.
so all it's got to do is be able to spin the pulling everything at the bottom. It goes to the transmission. I mean, if it doesn't, spin high enough, that's fine. I mean, I ain't got to go very fast anyways. I'm not exactly sure. They're saying like 350 watts. I don't know if that would actually be uh, powerful enough. I'd have to get with someone to find out uh, how big a one it would have to be for, say, I think it's an 18 horse single cylinder. I don't know. Something like that would be fun to do. Ooh. Say I got a couple of them and redo the rear end underneath that. Uh, I could put two down below, take that rear, the transmission and everything out, and fabricate a solid axle going across there, and with the sprockets and everything, and find some way of having the motors down underneath there for driving, and get them set up to where, they'd be facing each other, so get them wired up where they're definitely, have the polarity to go same direction. All I got to do is hit a switch, and it reverses.
Yeah.
Could do something like that. That'd be for an interesting build. I think that two of them would have to be. That take two of them to have enough horsepower. But then, of course, taking that heavy engine off of there, that's going to lighten it up quite a bit because those things weigh about 50, 60 pounds. Lithium, battery that don't weigh that much. Actually, by the time I say I got two of them, two batteries would still be less weight than the engine I'd be pulling off. Then on top of that, hmm, yeah, But that one that Crystal was showing me earlier, I think it was like $2,700 for it. I'm going, I could probably build something cheaper than that. Randy, I'm going to say you better do a video once it's up. Oh, I hate this when Crystal gives me an idea to do something. I've already got several other projects I'm trying to work on. Gotta get back to finishing the wood chipper, getting that done with electric start on it. But I'm going to have to get the chute and everything redesigned for the branches themselves. Probably have to use that same plate or a plate similar to it, but get the uh, angle off some as far as which way it goes in. Probably have to, if I just get it tilted, say another 20 degrees, that should be enough where it's going to clear the that starter. Excuse me. That. Like I said, I've got that to get done. I've got the solar rated. I'll get finished up. Get the new inverter hooked up. Get it going into a small breaker box, which those are not that expensive. See about getting the truck moved, dealing with my mom's car, all that kind of BS is going on, and deal more with the city. I got to see the judge next, I think it's 16th. I think that's when it's set for. Okay, fine. I'll be on FMLA at that time. Not a problem. Yeah, because the way my finger is right now, as much as it wants to swell up, yeah, no. I've got to get this done sooner.
Yeah.
Mimi.
Hi, Roadrunner.
Where is it? Okay. There it is. Okay. Yeah, I might. All right. This is for a Roadrunner. I got to bring it up. Get over here to it. Hey, y'all ready for this? This is for Mr. Roadrunner.
Me.
There you go. All right, I'm probably going to get comments on this from YouTube, but right now I don't care. Hey, Angela. All right, Roadrunner, this is also for you.
If you're on a highway, you're gonna go beep. Just up the side or you might end up in a heap. Roadrunner, runs down the road all day. Even the coyote can't make a change his way. Roadrunner, the coyote's after you.
Yeah, there you go, Roadrunner. Here's something else for you. There's Crystal. All right, we lost Arnie. Where'd he go? All right, Randy, have a good evening. Appreciate you being here.
Hey, Randy.
All right, well, hopefully, Roadrunner, hopefully we gave you something good to laugh at. Actually, I heard that. Mimi.
Mimi.
All
Hi,
right.
Crystal.
Well, crap. But Popeye is wanting to do a live, so let me shut this down. I'll continue this tomorrow night. Get over there and see what he's wanting to yap about. All right, I'm gonna shut this down that way and get over and see what if he's still alive and everything. Arnie, you got any final words, real quick?
Yeah, I hope everyone has a good night and you get to the hospital now before you lose a finger.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Mr. John Williburn. Hey, I did talk to Scott from Heaven's Mopar. He and I had a nice little chat earlier. All right, let me go see what Popeye is up to, and I'll be continuing this tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. All right, I'll see you guys later. Y'all stay safe. God bless. Well, hang on. I got to do this other first.
After I